A very, very good afternoon to everybody. Yes, another episode of ShaliniSays Wine Shine Quarantine, and it is a super exciting episode. As always, I always have the most amazing guests, but today the lady that I have is just something else. She truly is a woman on top of her game. She is the granddaughter of the legend Charlie Chaplin, but she holds her own, and let me tell you that. And you will find out. Of course, you all have read about her, you watched her videos, you heard her music, but you're going to hear her story today, and she's going to tell you all how she has been making a difference, transforming lives, changing the world, being a part of the glamour industry, but being giving back straight from the heart. And she is truly a woman that I admire, and I actually have the good fortune of having her as my dinner date, if you please, at the Venice Film Festival. And that's what I call myself lucky. So here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Kiera Chaplin. Kiera, thank you so much. Really, really grateful that you joined us today. Thank you ever so much. Kiera, do you hear me? Hello.
Hi, I can't hear anything for some reason.
Maybe your headphones are still connected.
I can't hear. You've cut off.
Maybe your headphones are connected.
I can't hear. I took them off. I can't hear.
Go out and come back. Go out. Yeah. So your headphones are not disconnecting. So go out and come back. Sign out. Sign out. Sign out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Wait a minute.
You can hear me?
Wait a minute.
I have no sound. It's so strange. Okay.
Come back. Okay, guys, that's okay. Technical issues. You've got me, a lot more of me, all there, waiting for Kiera to come back. She will sign in. There she is. Now she is here. Hopefully.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes. So basically, when you put the AirPods, unless you consciously disconnect, they don't disconnect even when you remove them. Sometimes.
No, but I took them out because I couldn't hear anything, so I thought maybe it was that.
So now, okay, great.
It's technology. What can we say? Anyway, glad I can hear you now.
Did you hear all the fun introduction that I gave?
I heard some of it, and it was so nice, and then it went blank, and I'm like, no, I love this. Keep on going. Went silent. So.
I'm so happy to have you here, Kiera, and everybody's watching and so excited to have you here. Thanks so much for taking out the time. Really grateful to you. Thank
you. Pleasure. It's nice to see you, and it's nice to be here with everyone.
Wonderful. I have a lot of friends who are already there. My God, you have some insane fan following. I think from the time I put up the post saying that Kiera is going to be online with me, I think I've been bombarded by messages. I wasn't sure whether you were the star or I was the star. I was like,
oh, great. That's nice. That's
okay, guys, do you all hear that laugh? I have been telling her for the longest time that you've got to ensure that laugh. It is super contagious, and I love it.
Good. I'm glad my laugh is contagious. I think laughter is contagious, and it's good. It's always good to laugh, you know?
Yes, it is. So, Kiera, I'm going to start because, I, in any case, had the good fortune of hearing a part of your story because I had you sitting right next to me with undivided attention. And I thought it was a very intriguing story. I want you to share your story with, the audience and your growing up years. And how was it to have the kind of life with the silver spoon that you did?
So it was interesting because I grew up in Switzerland in a town called Vevey, but I was born in Ireland, in Belfast. And it was kind of interesting because in Switzerland, there was the house, which is now a museum, a Chaplin museum, but it's, so the house was there. My grandfather moved to Switzerland after the US. So there was a lot of like a big Chaplin presence, but at the same time, it was not a big deal. So it was kind of interesting because in a sense, I had a very normal upbringing without really knowing, with still knowing that he was, some iconic person. But I liked growing up in Switzerland a lot. I think it's better than growing up in Hollywood for sure. I hope that I'm a little bit more normal than growing up in Hollywood. yeah, no, I had some like pretty incredible moments, thanks to, you know, having my grandfather, of like meeting fun people. I met Princess Diana when I was 7. I
Wow.
got invited. You know, Michael Jackson, all these people that came to the house to visit my grandmother. So it was pretty cool in that sense. And then afterwards, it was just a very normal going to school, making trouble at school. And then afterwards, I went off at 16 and I started modeling. And then I did a bit of acting and producing. And now I do design and events and all this other stuff.
Wow. So did it feel like just when you were being naughty in school, did you ever get penalized for it, or were you just like, never mind, who she is?
I used to get away with it because I was in class with my cousin, and my cousin used to get a boy, and he would get all the blame. And then one day they realized that, you know, I was the one causing the mischief with him. And then they were like, you look like an angel, but you're really bad. And from then on, it was over. They were watching me. I had to be careful.
So I have to say that because I remember when we were standing in Venice and outside and chatting, and somebody came and spoke to you, and I had no clue what happened in that like split second, because you just had this poker face. It was literally
Yeah.
like, you had, I could almost see you being naughty and having that poker face. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? I don't know what you're talking
Like me? No, like,
about.
so sweet.
So I had
And
experience with
meanwhile,
that.
we would steal the teachers' books and hide them, and I don't know, just do loads of like silly
Oh,
things.
what fun, what fun, what fun. I want you to talk about your grandfather a bit as well. We are going to get to your story a lot more because that's what people are interested in right
Yeah.
now. But he was truly a legend, and he actually, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes, I mean, I always say I'm my grandfather's #1 fan. I feel really lucky. People often ask me, feel like, oh, do you think it's good or bad? Is it hard? And I'm like, why would it be hard? He's such an amazing person. I feel really blessed to be, you know, to be his granddaughter. I never met him. You know, he died before I was born. But he's someone that brought so much laughter to people, and he was always fighting for the underdog. And just to have that in as a mentality, because in our family it's like you know, my dad's also very much like fighting for the underdog and being what's fair and all this, and it's a nice way to grow up, and it's a good way to think. And then just the more I learn about him, it just shows also, because his story is very much Oliver Twist like. He came from the streets of London, then went to LA and became, you know, helped Hollywood become Hollywood today and did amazing films. And so it just shows as well that when you're passionate about what you do, you can succeed. And yeah, it's an incredible role model to have, for sure.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So just before we were gonna get online, I actually went and heard your song, "Easy but Crazy."
Ah,
I
not
love
easy, crazy. That's
very
me.
nice. That's you. That's you. It's super cool. It's super cool. And I also, of course, while I was trying to figure out, what I wanted to ask you and what all I wanted to know, I realized that you even acted in Bollywood film, right?
Yeah, I did a
Wow.
film with the director Rashri Ojar, and my co-star was Victor Banerjee. And I played
Wow.
a French girl who goes to India to try and find herself, and then she's in this love triangle with Victor Banerjee, who's actually married. Ooh.
I think I've seen this movie. I think I've seen
Yeah,
this.
it's
Wow.
actually based on a lot of from a writer. It's a lot of short stories, and so there's all these different stories going on at the same time, kind of like Love Actually, you know. And it's all people going through like some sort of trauma or pain that they're getting over, and you see the different ways people deal with stuff. It's very interesting.
Wow. So you've pretty much, I think, done it all. You've done acting in Bollywood, Hollywood, you've been singing, you've been modeling, and each one of them, I think you've been able to make a niche for yourself, because the minute anybody goes on Google and searches you, they can see that you're a star no matter what you've done. But what is it that turned you on the most? I personally think that, I mean, singing was just, I think that you were like an awesome singer. I really enjoyed the song. I'm wondering why you didn't pursue it. Are you going to pursue it? What's going on?
But singing kind of happened during the whole quarantine, because I had done it, and I'd recorded the song, and I never really pursued singing, really. And then, you know, with the quarantine, I thought, well, why don't we just put this out and have fun with it? and that was the whole goal. Pursue it, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing more, for sure. It's a lot of fun. I don't have any songs as just yet, but I do have a cover that I'm thinking of doing, but I won't say which one it is now. Keep it as a surprise.
Okay.
But I like that. I also really like what I do at the Chaplin Awards on my charity work, and I like to do things when I feel, that there's good feeling with them. And so musically, if I hear some more songs, I'm not a songwriter, so it's usually people that come to me with different projects, and then I see something that I think is really fun and I believe in, and I think, okay, let's do it.
Oh, that's amazing. I think that's great that you are going to do another song, and I think people should be excited about it, because if after the show, I'm sure everybody will go and hear Easy But Crazy.
It's a fun song. It's a very fun song.
And it's shot really
especially
well.
today when everybody, it just shows like how people, sometimes you work so hard for things that don't make you happy, and you just like in the lyrics it says a hamster running on a wheel, running for nothing, and then you just want to like break loose and have fun and enjoy the time that we have, because life is short and we should be having fun, and we should, especially in days like today when we see everything can get taken away, the real things that matter is like, good fun moments with your loved ones.
I love that. And music makes us happy. So keep making music for us. That's super awesome. So you did mention that you like the whole give back story. And I know that you've been working for a lot of women, and I know that you have schools that you've been supporting. And the audience, I know, because I have a lot of women audience that watch who are doing some amazing work themselves. Please do share your give back initiatives, because I think it motivates all of us. So please share your give back initiatives.
So I've been, I'm with the Desert Flower Foundation. I've been appointed president for the French part, and I'm soon going to be on the Swiss parts. And the Desert Flower Foundation, we've opened schools in Africa, in Sierra Leone, because we saw that in Sierra Leone, 70% of the population doesn't know how to read or write. And obviously the places where they don't know how to read or write, the poverty rate is extremely high. And then also what happens is there's a lot of FGM, female genital mutilation, which is really a barbaric procedure that they do. And so the whole thing is linked, and I'm very much also for women empowerment. So for me to think that there's places where people do that and take away a woman's sexuality, so so she can be a good wife and sold off to some man, it's really heartbreaking. So with the schools that we're building, is we hope to knowledge is power. So we hope to give children the tools to make better choices and have better options in life, and change their ways, because you can't go there and say, don't do that, it's a bad practice. You have to let them learn for themselves, and the most sustainable way is through education.
I love that. Knowledge is power, and I think education is the best that we can give all our children. If we were to do that, then we can just sit back and say, here's a beautiful world. We have done our part. So thanks for doing that. My God, it's amazing. I believe in serendipity, and I believe everything happens for a reason, and that's the reason you and me met, because I do believe that you have not just a Bollywood Film Association, but you're also promoting and working with Bollywood design, with Indian designers, right? Do you have some connection?
Yeah, so I've been working with Janvi India, and Janvi is a brand that does the most incredible pashminas. The cashmere is the best cashmere. It's soft, it's gorgeous, it's a cozy dream when you're in them. And so we decided to do a collaboration, and so I have a capsule collection that I'm doing with them, and we're doing it. They're very glamorous pieces. They're kind of Art Deco, old Hollywood, and they're all named after Hollywood stars. So you can have like the Mae West, the Rita Hayworth, the Louise Brooks, all iconic people from the black and white era.
Amazing. I hope I don't have to pay the market price, and I get it, because I have a lot of jobs.
I'll get you a good price, don't worry.
I'm negotiating online, so people are listening. That's exciting.
Yeah.
So you know that Janvi is a very, very popular brand in India, and we all end up picking up a lot of stuff from Janvi. So
Yeah,
great.
no, it's an amazing brand. It really is a high quality brand, and no, it's great. Right now, we're sold at Liberty in London, Harvey Nichols,
Yeah.
Saks Fifth Avenue, Bergdorf. So it's very cool to have a really nice quality and something that I love. I love old Hollywood. I love
Yeah.
glamour, and I love Art Deco. And so when you get to design things, you get to wear things like the way you wanted them. So it's very cool. And right now it's getting cold, so it's the perfect time to just like wrap up and have a little bit of feathers and sparkles as you're wrapped up.
Wonderful. I'm waiting for you to come to Monaco so that you can wear my jewelry as well. And Saks
Yeah,
also famous
we
in
can do an
Hollywood.
exchange. We'll do a gift exchange.
No, you don't need to exchange. You just need to have it and wear it. That itself is an exchange for me. Thanks for that. But now the thing which is another thing which is after my heart is the Chaplin Awards, because I think
Yes.
that is so meaningful. And that was a conversation we had in Venice, and I thought that was truly inspirational and what you're doing. Because I just believe that when you award somebody and recognize them, it motivates them to do better. And that's why, to me, awards are important. I know a lot of people don't agree with them, but I'm a big believer of them. Please share your story of the Chaplin Awards and what you do and how you choose people and how you would want to even collaborate with Bollywood.
The Chaplin Award is an award that we give out to a film actor or director who's had a long career in film, a long successful career. So it's more like a lifetime achievement award, and we give out this award to celebrate their whole career. And we've done it now 3 years. This year will be the third year in China, in Shanghai, for all of the Asian markets, so China, Hong Kong, and all these places, because there's a really big film industry. And then we also have the Chaplin Award in New York that's been going on for now 47 years. And I thought the one in New York's been going on for a long time, but then I thought, well, why not, expand it? Because there's so many great film industries around the world, but we don't necessarily watch their movies because we're here, and we get a lot and we don't see what they do, but there's incredible talent over there. So 3 years ago we started the one in China, and it's doing very, very well. The first year we gave it to Tony Leung Chiu-wai, who's an amazing actor, and last year we gave it to Jan Yimou, who's an incredible director, one of probably like the #1 in China. So it's really well received, and it's nice because my grandfather never wanted to speak in his films because he wanted the films to be seen by everyone and understood by everyone. And so it's nice to celebrate talent around the world who are deserving of it, and not have any barriers and not language barriers in the way.
Beautiful. So what is your thoughts on collaboration with Bollywood? How do you see yourself positioning the Chaplin Awards in India?
I would love to start in Bollywood. I mean, Bollywood, come on, Bollywood's such a big industry. They say they make, there's more films made there than in Hollywood. So I think it would be incredible to be able to do it there. And then I think you have like the 3 big markets, maybe afterwards South America could be one as well. And it's just, just like I said, just because we don't watch the films, because we don't speak the language and all this, it's still, there's incredible talent, and you have to see it for what it is. And what's amazing with the Chaplin Award is that my grandfather was, because he didn't speak in his films, he was loved around the world, and the people are really happy to be recognized and receive that award. So, it's just a beautiful evening where everyone ends up really happy, and it's nice.
Amazing. So we should all look forward to Kiera in Bollywood and the Chaplin Awards happening in...
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to make it happen. We already decided that was the next destination. As soon as we're allowed to travel around the world. Right now we're struggling.
I know. Eventually, when all this ends, we can come over and start working on it.
Yeah, but how do you manage to have that laughter and stay positive, considering you're always on a plane? They're keeping you away from flying all over the world at this point.
You can either be angry and sad, or you can just laugh at it at the end of the, it's been difficult. And then like recently I've had more things come up, and then things get canceled, and it's been a really slow year, but it's also been a year of, finding other things to do and finding new outlets, like I did, doing music and doing I want to do some more writing as well, is what I'm looking into, and just being creative at home, and try not to be negative. I think it's so important to try and be positive and ignore the negative, because it's just not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, well said. Absolutely. Everybody has to stay above it, because this is it, and we just got to be happy. So
there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it, and we're all in the same boat. So that's the one thing that makes you feel better. It's like, it's not just me that's getting things canceled and problems and this and that and like annoying things happening. Everybody, and a lot of people are probably getting it even worse, with family members dying or people sick, and so that puts things in perspective.
Yeah. It's funny, when I moved to Monaco, I used to see all my friends catching up and going out to restaurants, being at a party, and there was Indian weddings, and I would have serious FOMO. I was like, what the hell? This whole year I've been home, they've been home. I'm like, okay, we're all in the same boat now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat. Kiera, so this is actually one of the most favorite parts of my show that everybody really likes, because it's just basic things that nobody asks you, right? And it's just some things which people like to know about a celebrity. And I'm going to ask you some pretty simple questions, and some
Okay.
you'll be on that hot seat. You watch some of my shows, so you'll be on the hot seat for a bit. But just give me some fun answers looking forward, and I'm sure everybody's watching this. And a friend of mine quickly wants to comment here, saying it is a year of introspection. Absolutely the year of introspection. Okay, so the rapid fire with Kiera Chaplin, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fun part. Let's start with a simple one. Your favorite color?
Purple or red, as you can see.
Yes. Your favorite brand?
Favorite brand? Versace or Chanel? Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw the last one.
Cartier.
You were wearing a beautiful Versace dress in one of your events. It was super gorgeous. You travel all the time. What are your favorite destinations that everybody should travel to whenever they can?
The Amalfi Coast. I love Italy in general. The food is just so good. Food and wine, it's amazing. Shanghai. I love Shanghai. I go there for the Chaplin Awards, and it's very cool. New York, London, all the big cities. I love traveling. It's a hard question for me to answer one.
Yeah, I know. What would I know you must have heard many stories of your father-in-law. What would be your favorite memory or a favorite story that you remember? Of your father, grandfather. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my grandfather. Favorite story of my grandfather. Oh, that again. There's so many. I just really like the way he stood up for things. And I heard a story that when there was a Nazi officer in Hollywood, and it was before America went to war. It was the beginning of the Second World War, and nobody was paying attention. And the officer went up to shake his hand, and he didn't want to shake his hand. And he said, "Why, are you Jewish?" And he's not Jewish. So he said, "No, I don't have this honor," and walked away. And I think that's just so badass to stand up like this against someone. So I think that's cool. I
like badass.
Yeah, very badass. He's like, I don't have that on it. Like, it's not even like you don't say no. It's like, boom. Yeah.
I need to say more things so you laugh a lot more, because I'm telling you just make everybody positive by the end of the show.
I'm going to do a recording of my laughter and sell it for people if they feel down.
I think you should. That'll be such a cool video. Just do that. Last with Kiera Chaplin.
Yeah, if you're feeling sad, just listen to me giggle. You'll start laughing with my silly laugh.
So I know you already mentioned your school years, but I'm going to ask you again. Being Kiera Chaplin in school days, the pluses and minuses of being famous.
Pluses and minuses. Plus, the minus is that sometimes people are harder with you because they think that you're spoiled. But then the pluses is you do get a little spoiled. So like it balances it out at the end of the day.
There are obvious reasons I love you. Absolutely.
It's good and bad. Unfortunately, life is never just good, So
yeah. Okay, define love for you.
Love. Love is putting someone's happiness first, and love is an amazing feeling that can drive you crazy, but it's passionate and fiery and amazing.
Do you think you have felt it? You're feeling it. You're going through it. Where are you?
Yeah,
This is
no, I could say I'm feeling it.
you're living it, baby. You're living it.
Living it, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Feel love. It's wonderful and terrible at the same time.
Yeah,
The
I
beauty
know.
of it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I know that you've been in Bollywood, Hollywood, and there's always this story of the casting couch. What do you think? It's true or false? Or did
Oh,
you manage
casting
to
couch,
do it?
100% true.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've seen it. It's so great, the whole Metoo movement that came out, because there was just so much of it. And it's like sleazy producers, directors, everything. Be it fashion, this, that, and probably in many different industries too, where
Yeah.
men will just abuse their power, and
Yeah.
it's like, no, sorry, take me seriously. I'm a professional.
Yeah. But do you think that this Me Too movement that you're mentioning has changed anything? Do you think anything has changed?
Yeah, I think it has. I think. Don't think it's going to go away completely, unfortunately, but I think it's showing, it's helped a lot of women stand up for themselves and be like, that's not okay, and to point out that it's not okay, because before it was just like, women not really knowing if they should or they shouldn't, and feeling stuck, and then thinking, oh, I can't, well, I guess I'm just not going to move forward in my career because I can't be like that, and it shouldn't be like that. It's that, it's sex should not be, or someone, that sleaziness should not be a part of the process of why you get a job.
That should be a choice in any case, right? I mean, you have the liberty to make that choice if you want to. But because you're absolutely right, I was modeling for a long time in my life, and I think I didn't make it because of my upbringing. Because it was like there was no way I was going to succumb to that to become something. So it was like, forget
No,
it.
I feel really lucky, because I was like, I'm Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter. Like, excuse me, like, you should be happy, like, that I'm giving you my time. You silly little director. So I had, but thank God, because I've met, I met the first film I did, the girl that I was trying clothes with, for the roles. She told me, she was like, oh, what do you think about sleeping with the producer to get the part? I was like, well, no. And she goes, well, yeah, but if you don't, someone else will. And I was like, but if you do, it doesn't mean he's going to give you the part anyway. So where's the guarantee? And she was like, no, I think it's always better if you do. And I was just like, what?
Wow, as blatant as that. Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think in
She was
India,
debating it in her mind, and I was just like, and I guess she was getting pressured from somewhere, and it's just like, wow, like, it's crazy.
yeah, no. So at least in India, it'll probably be more discreet. They can't like say it as blatantly, or maybe they do now. But at the time that I
I
did,
think right now everyone's scared, so that's good. The men are scared, and they should stay scared, because we're women, we're strong, we've had enough of this bullshit, and we will bite back. And I think this is the main thing. Like, we can be just as powerful as guys, and we shouldn't be scared, and we shouldn't, if you want to and you like the person and whatever, then whatever. But no, it shouldn't be. We shouldn't be treated as objects. Let's put it that way.
I like that. And I also feel that even though there's a lot of minuses of social media, this is one of the pluses, because today everybody can get out there, put it out there. So it actually gives you a lot of,
Oh no, you could probably go in and take your phone and film discreetly and be like, done.
Yeah, done. Let me show you. Hashtag
let me put this on Instagram and Twitter, and your career's over.
Absolutely.
Great.
Okay, so who would be your role model, Kiera?
I love the actress Mae West. If you don't know her, you should look into her. She was very fiery for her day, very fun. My grandfather is another inspiration. Princess Diana as well.
Yeah. Wow. I like this role model concept, because it gives you a sort of a goal, and sort of it keeps you aspiring, and people that inspire you. I love that role model. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What excites you, or another word, your turn-ons? I know I can use this word with you. What are your turn-ons?
My turn-ons. A good conversation when you're like really means like, I need to feel like the guy is smart and fast and witty, and then it's the way they look at you, and that will be, I guess, my number one turn on. Yeah.
Nice. And
Yeah.
clearly that didn't happen to any of us in Venice, right? Just
Ah,
kidding.
no,
Clearly none of that happened to us in Venice. Just kidding.
no. Yeah.
What are you most grateful for?
Most grateful for, I guess everything. Grateful for the good times, the bad times. Grateful to have good health. Grateful that my family and loved ones have good health. And yeah, I'm great. I'm just generally grateful.
This is generally great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that. You are.
Mhm.
You are. You're
Mhm.
very humble and just an amazing human being. God bless you.
Mhm.
If you could wake up with having gained one quality, what would you want?
One quality, maybe more patience.
No, I don't think you need it because you can keep a poker face. I love
Yeah,
that poker face. I
true.
think I'll never forget it.
Can I wake up with a superpower instead? Like I'd like to be able to transport myself, like blink and be somewhere.
Look at you. You're perfect. You're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. Okay, attitude of gratitude. Absolutely. Um, is there something you've dreamt of doing for a long time, and why haven't you done it? If you have,
I want to go to Japan. Never been to Japan.
really?
Yeah, I really want to go to Japan. I want to visit Tokyo and the cherry blossom trees and like some, yeah, all over Japan. And I also want to go to like one of those real safaris in Africa and see all the animals and sleep in a tent. That's what also what I want to do.
Okay. So there's some things I've done more than you, even though you travel more than me. But
Yeah,
I
see?
think Japan is an experience. So this year,
Mhm.
unfortunately, the Olympics got cancelled. Otherwise, we were going to be in Tokyo again. But when the Olympics happen next year in Tokyo, you should join us. And
Yeah.
it is. I think Japan is an experience. It's a place
Yeah,
of
no, it seems like it. So it seems
yeah,
I think I would
and I
really
love their method of ikigai coaching that they believe in. I think they're just something else. They've got
Mhm.
everything sorted and figured out. And yeah, so Japan for sure, and Safari, why not? What accomplishment do
Mhm.
you take most pride in?
Accomplishment doing the Kiera Chaplin School, Kiera Chaplin Desert Flower School in Sierra Leone. Well, that for me is my most favorite accomplishment. Just think yeah, it's the one that warms my heart the most for sure. Yeah.
Yes, because that is such an amazing a give back initiative. So absolutely, it's an achievement.
Yeah, and it's you feel like you don't even do that much, but you give so much to people, like so many opportunities. And yeah, I can't wait to do more. Let's put it that way. I really can't wait to do a lot more.
Amazing. So I watched you in action when we were together the last time, and I saw that each and every man that looked at you had stars in his eyes and was trying his bit. So, what is the favorite pickup line? Which one was it?
Pickup lines, my God. I don't like pickup lines.
Yeah, but you
Like
did
I
get a
think
lot of
someone
them.
has to come in authentic and like just normal conversation. A pickup lines like the agenda, and it's just like, no, yeah, no, not into them.
So normal conversation, guys. Hear it. It's a
Yeah,
normal conversation. Don't mess with her.
yeah.
Okay. If you could choose a dinner date from Hollywood, who would it be?
A dinner date from Hollywood.
What
Hmm.
do you think? I don't think you know that much of Bollywood. Even Bollywood is fine, but I don't think you know very much of Bollywood. So
No, I wouldn't be able to say. I guess Hollywood, I would say Christian Bale or Henry Cavill. Cavill. Yes, the guy who plays Superman and the old Batman. There we go.
clearly the superpower, the Superman, the Batman, you got it nailed.
Exactly. Bring on the superhero.
I can see even Valerie's watching. Was listening in Venice to us. She's listening here to us. She's like, these girls won't stop, will they? A perfect day in the life of Kira.
Perfect day. Waking up, going to the gym, having a nice lunch with friends, um, preferably on the beach, like chilling, doing some shopping, seeing an amazing show in the evening, like Broadway theater. So I don't know how I would get to like the tropical beach to Broadway, but in the same day. But an ideal day that would be possible. And then like an amazing show, great dinner. My favorite thing to do is spend times with friends and family and do fun things, see fun things. So anything along those lines.
Wow, that's the secret to your happiness. I'm telling you, the secret to happiness is good friends, family, and relationships. And I think the pandemic has been a biggest teacher for all of us, that we really don't need the material things, but we do need the hugs and the time. It's been such a reality check. I think
it's been a real moment where we all had to slow down. Everything slowed down, and we had to slow down. And like, I think the world was going so fast, and now we have to look inwards to what really makes us happy, what's not making us happy, what changes we need to make, what things we need to appreciate more. So yeah, definitely I think overall I think we'll come out better. It was good for us to reset.
I think so. Reset, reboot, rejuvenate. It's literally been a re for all of us, and it's And also, I think people have learned the art of conversation, Kiera, because people were very happy going to these big events or big do's and saying hi, hello. They never stopped and took a step back to have meaningful conversations with people. Now you're listening to few people. When we were taught in our childhood, the 5 fingers, we're literally stuck with the 5 fingers. You can't hang with more people. So we're to talk, make meaningful.
Yeah, no, it's true. And also, I think it's put a good emphasis on like nurses and doctors, and like those are the real heroes, because they're saving, not just now, they're always saving lives. And it's not the influencers and the actors and the singers and whatever, like reality TV show people. It's it's like put a shift to things that have better values.
Okay, I know that you mentioned a lot of things that you're passionate about, but what is really your passion project? That one that you would say that you don't need an alarm clock to wake up for?
I like all of them. I like all the things I do. I think that's a hard one. I love my Chaplin Awards. I love my charity work. I love doing photo shoots. I love my Gen V collection and coming up with ideas. And I love... I like going to these events too, and they're all passion projects.
Awesome. I like that. That's why you're such a passionate woman, because you've got it all together. So what would you say is your mantra?
My mantra: imagination rules the world. It's my favorite saying.
That's a lovely one. I think Einstein said something similar to that it's your imagination which makes a difference. So it's really about the imagination. There's no limit, there's no end, nobody can stop it, nobody can intrude on it. It is
and everything that we see has come from someone's imagination. To to our computers, to the chair we're sitting on, to the buildings we're in, everything is someone that thought of it and made it. So that's what I find incredible, is that we can think of things and create it, and it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Awesome. Kiera, this has been so much fun. I want you to give a message to the audience, everybody that's sitting home and waiting for the world to change and the new normal, etc., as they say. Give them a nice message that leaves them with a happy smile on their faces.
I'm going to say a quote from my grandfather, Charlie Chaplin. It says, "Nothing is permanent in this world, not even our troubles." So that's what he said, and it's so true. We, let's make the most of it. Us being on this planet, it's not permanent. Even the bad things that happen is not permanent. So let's look towards being positive, and let's be good to one another. Let's try and be kind to one another, because it goes a long way.
Yeah, well, it does. And you've been very kind to me. And I totally agree with you that change is the only constant in life. I actually have a friend who's commenting, which I must repeat to you because you talked about imagination. She says, ours only runs wild. And that's a good thing. Another one says, if you can think of it, you can live it. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So spot on, Kiera. This has been so much fun. And, every time I think of you, I always remember, because you're such a strong woman and you're such an inspiration to many. I always say it's not about who's going to let me, it's about who's going to stop me. And that's who you are. Because
yes, I love that.
There's nothing that deters you. You're somebody that takes life head on. You behave the same way with me as you would with another person, because that's how humble you are. And I think humility goes a long way. And you never.
Thank you. I think you're amazing, and we had such a nice time in Venice, and I'm so glad we got to do this. And thanks for having me on. And I hope to see you soon.
Yes, Kiera, and I'm looking forward to you in Monaco, Monte Carlo. I'm going to send you the details, and we're hoping to see you in the coming months. And also wearing the Saks jewelry and the Janvi stole and some
of them. And we're going to go rock it.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And until next time, Kiera Chaplin on the show, and we are so grateful to have her. Thank you, Kiera.
Thanks.
And thank you all for watching. Until next time. Awa.
Bye.